In 2025, I'm attempting to read my physical TBR one reading vlog at a time for my Read It or Unhaul It challenge, and we're currently in a heat wave. I am sweating. My bed is literally in front of me because this is the only room that has AC. So I'm gonna be chilling in here, okay, in the whole week. This is like the 5th one this year. I feel like we have 3 good days and then we're back to sweating. So I don't want to have to think about what I want to read next. So we're just going to be picking from the giant jar. These are the ones that so far we have read. I could not remember to save my life how many we have gone through, but you can see a lot of fantasy, which is green, but it's because we did the extreme edition twice and got rid of so many really old YA fantasies. So we want something good though for July because anything to distract us right now. Let me just grab. We have gone through, I think, like 20 something books, so that I either read or got rid of. We got rid of a lot. So what do we want this month? I feel like anything but anything that requires me to think. No classics. I feel like that's my thing every month. No classic. Another fantasy. Okay, to be fair, it's a very long paper, so it makes sense. But like, I mean, at one point, I'm gonna go through all the fantasy. I'm gonna have to read something else. Okay, let me show you. Hopefully I'm on the right side, just in case, but I'm going to read it out loud in a second. So, am I going to be happy or am I going to be... Oh my god, there's no way you saw that. I wrote that with a pencil. A Torch Against a Night. I am starting to think the jar really wants me to read this series because I believe I picked the first one. This is the second, which I've already read, so it means we're going to the third. I read that one last year from the jar, I'm pretty sure, and took me by surprise. I thought I was going to get rid of it, okay? I thought this was going to be an extreme get rid of a bunch of YA edition, and I loved it. So I read book 2, and I have bought book 3, so it means that's where we're gonna go pick it up. Okay. I'm actually happy. A Reaper at the Gates. I am excited to read the 3rd book. Like I said, I had really enjoyed book 1. Book 2 is still good, although I feel like in these YA books... Okay. Long story short, why I felt like I was kind of over it because, I'm sorry, I feel like a lot of the more recent ones were kind of just, like, you think the Hunger Games, and like, that was really readable and fun, and like, I feel like they have some complexity, and I feel like some of the ones that I was reading, because they were really popular, were just underwhelming to me, so that's kind of why I went into it expecting that, and no, book 1, really early on, I got emotionally invested, and it has some of the weaknesses, like the love triangles, oh my gosh. But I had a lot of fun, and I have heard that book 3 is not the best one in this series. That's why I didn't buy the 4th one yet. I wanted to see how I felt about this one. But I have a feeling I'm going to continue because I am really emotionally invested in the stories of the characters. I feel like some of the weaknesses were starting to happen in book 2, but I've heard you, but I feel like I'm not going to really care. I'm just going to enjoy this story. So that's what we're going to do. That's the mindset. I feel like if I just finish this book, I'll be happy because, again, just right now, I'm sweating so bad. So that's the goal this week, just surviving, chilling. So this week is going to be a balance of hard work and fun. So we're going to try to finish at least this one. Hopefully we can start something else. Like I said, maybe some Love Island. We're going to try to relax with the kitties, which a lot of you have been requesting more toe beans because you've been missing them. They are a handful. They don't care that it's a heat wave. Which actually let me grab one because I wanted to say a special thank you to June's Journey for sponsoring this video. I'm actually here with my assistant, Charlie, the Watson to my Sherlock, to solve this mystery because we're very used to solving mysteries in this house, like who broke my mug again. They are a free to download video game where you're attempting to solve the murder of your sister and her husband. You're trying to figure out what happened, getting the family's secrets, piecing things together, and it's set in the 1920s. You get the music that goes with it, the decor, and it's essentially a hidden object mystery game. So you get a list of objects to find on the screen. You can go as quickly or as slowly as you want. I've become a lot more competitive as time goes on. You also get to decorate your island, which I am still absolutely terrible at. You can participate in special competitions, or you can join a club because it's always more fun to play with others. Right, Charlie? I'll put all the information in the description box if you are interested, and the QR code. I would definitely recommend it. I've been playing with it for a couple months now and I'm definitely into it. Now I'm gonna go and grab the kitties and we're gonna get to reading because I want to make it through this book. I need to decide if I'm gonna get book 4 or not. I'm definitely curious. I feel like when someone tells me that a series I'm into doesn't get better or gets worse before it gets better, I think I've heard book 4 was good. Now I need to know, am I gonna agree or disagree with you? I have come to see toe beans, and I have told the people that you have the best toe beans, and it's because, Look at this. The contrast of the black paws with the white paws. Black toe beans. Very cute. And I love that his face, the pattern is so crooked because it works for him. He's such a mess. And of course, Charlie's being jealous, but you don't have pretty toe beans. I'm sorry. Before he showed up with fleas and termites at my door, I used to tease Charlie because look at it. No thumbs. I used to tease him that he was the only one in this house with no thumbs. Such a shame. But those paws, they really hurt when he's standing on you. But look at him. Oh my goodness. Look at this toe beans. He has been learning, by the way. He's now our biggest cat in the house. He's like over 13 pounds. He looks round, but he's not actually round. He's just thick. But he used to bite everyone so badly, but not anymore. He's gotten it a lot better. Look at Charlie. What are you doing? He's always done that. Just very long boy. When he showed up at my door, he was about 6 months old, which means he became a teenager. And teenage cats become really independent. So I feel like we never fully bounded. Whatever. He was so independent, which like makes sense. The three other ones were born in this closet. So like we're close. It's fine. They're like way too attached. But he was really independent. But he's starting because now he is 1.5 years. It's almost going to be a year. At the end of the month, it's going to be a year since he showed up. And he's becoming more friendly. Well, he was always friendly, cuddly, I should say. But he's still nervous. I don't know what happened to him when he was, you know, an outdoor kitty. But clearly he's traumatized because he's very friendly, he's very playful. My God, Claudia, she's clumsy. She tried to jump, didn't make it. She does that all the time. And that's the beast. Looking his best right now, so yeah. I'm gonna go back to reading, but I needed to update you on the toe beans because he has some good ones. Claudia too, because she's the only one that has pink. She has a pink nose, mostly pink toe beans, but if I show you her toe bean, I will die. I hope you guys know I'm sacrificing myself here. I'm in danger. Look at this. And those giant thumbs. I have made like stickers you can make on your phone, and I use these all the time because she looks so silly, but I love it. It's like I'm gonna fight you with these giant paws. I was telling you they're nosy. Like all 4 of them just piled up, spying on the neighbors. Okay, I'm gonna put you right here because I need both of my hands to give you my first update on the book, which, oh, thank you, Charlie. That is very much, yep, okay. So I was reading, and oh my gosh, my dude, in or out? Okay. I was just saying to you today how much you are not someone that steals the show, but here you are. So, I am 100 pages? 98 pages into it. And I have opinions. I was mentioning, I think in the intro, that YA books, you know, mixed feelings. But I thought my updates on this one were funny because I always have the most random updates for these YA books because, don't eat my hair. Please. That is okay. The most random updates because I can't really spoil anything right at this point. And I will say I do feel like the plot is starting very slowly, but again, I think I'm prepared because of all the warnings I had received. So my updates are very, very random. My post-its, I should say, because again, I don't want to spoil anything, but in the 100 pages, nothing is happening. To be fair, it's a 4-book series, so like things get messy in the middle before things end, right? Anyway, so first post-it. Oh yeah, I knew I had some good examples. So I have mentioned in the other 3 books, but in general, I feel like it's really common for YA books to have these really specific descriptions, especially for the male characters. Like in book 2, I remember it's been book 1 and 2 distinctively, okay, that there's a description of one of the male characters smelling like desert rain and lemon. And at that point, they had been on the run, okay, for like 2-3 weeks without washing themselves. It's kind of implied. And then they finally washed themselves, you know? There's no way that man smelled like lemon, okay? Desert rain, maybe, I guess, but it's so weirdly specific. Anyway, page 68, there's another man. There's another scent. And it made me giggle because, again, his scent is light. His scent is light.
Oh. Okay. His scent is light, barely there, but warm, like cinnamon and cedar. I take a deeper sniff. Girl, and he noticed. Girl, that is embarrassing. And like, I feel like it kind of comes out of almost nowhere. I didn't feel like these characters add chemistry, but I'm starting to see it, I guess. But yeah, it's just so weirdly specific. Cinnamon and cedar. I mean, that makes more sense than desert rain. But okay. Oh my god, Chunky, I swear all four are gonna show up. Okay, just their paws. This one is a spoiler. Well, not really, but a plot point, so. Okay, so 84, I have another point. Super random again. Hoods. They're so common in fantasy and like iconic scenes. Like you're thinking Lord of the Rings, like Aragorn, you know, that scene when he first is introduced. It's so common and very practical. I'm not really complaining about it. Do not eat my stuff. Charlie's eating the paper that had the name. Anyway, yeah, they're so common and very practical, and I'm not complaining. Like, I think they're convenient. It's okay. I'm okay with it. But I feel like we don't really have them. I don't know why. I mean, in Canada, we have them for like winter coats, but not with the cape, you know? Anyway, random thought. What else do we have? Oh, okay. That is my most important point. And like, basically page 96 and 97. So like, it's where I ended the book and I wanted to give you my first update, you know, 100 pages. It's the fact that one of the reasons I've been reading less and less fantasy, YA fantasy, is because you're following kids, okay? I'm sorry, I don't remember how old they are, like 18 maybe, but like, it's common that they're going to be 16, 18, maybe 20. And I've been going out of my way in the last couple of years trying to find stories from characters being like older women that are not necessarily mothers, because I feel like that's the only reason they're allowed to age and be, you know, a protagonist. So I've been doing that a lot and I found some great stories, but as the reason I've been distancing myself because the romances make me feel a little creepy, and like you're following them and like they're 18 and like captain of the guard and like people are supposed to obey them. They're freaking children. Anyway, so this scene, I'm going to keep it vague again, not to spoil anything. It's not really a spoiler, but there's this specific person and we don't root for that person. And someone is calling her in their head hag. And part of me had a little pause at that moment. And I was like, you know what? To be fair, again, I'm not on her side, but to be fair, if a child were to, I spent my whole life, you know, in the army, whatever, and this child shows up, and now I'm supposed to obey them? I have worked this job for longer than you've been alive. So this is what I mean by I feel like I'm starting to get too old for this, because I cannot suspend my disbelief this much, you know? And I feel like sometimes there are other ones that I feel like, not necessarily in this one, but like they act way older than they are. Like I remember feeling like that with Six of Crows, and like I get the whole like, oh, they had to grow up fast, whatever. Just call it an adult book or new adult, I guess. But like it really bothered me that this whole series, was it labeled Y? I feel like it would have been better adult. Anyway. What about the other one? That is a spoiler. Okay, so that's where we're at. Just random plots. It's starting slow. But, you know, I'm early. There's still like a quarter of the book to go, and I'm hopeful that things will pick up and I'll get more into it. I need to show you my view. I don't know why the flash got turned on, but we're gonna get some laser eyes. This is what I'm seeing. You get Charlie, Claudia, laser eyes. I knew it. Where's the other one? Chunky. What are you doing? Where's Chip though? Independent. I have a clip from him earlier. He joined me while I was reading on the mattress. He's more independent. Like he doesn't really. That was Charlie that pushed down the. Thank you. He just stretched and. Anyway. He was cuddling me in bed earlier. He doesn't really like to be petted. Is that who said that? He doesn't really like it. Which, like, to be fair, I don't mind having one independent cat because the three other ones, freaking Velcro 1, Velcro number 2,
Like, what are you doing?
Can't even record myself without them wanting attention. Culpa Bay. Anyway, I'm gonna go back to my setup. Did you see? I brought my TV in here because, again, it's the only room that has AC. Ugh. That's what you get for scratching me. You want attention? You have attention now. He does not want it anymore. Do you want your little hat again? I have a few little outfits that I used to disguise the snow globe that has my face in it. And they fit the cats. They're actually meant for cats. So I have other ones. So if you annoy me too much, that's what you're gonna get. Do you hate me yet? You have to understand, this is the softest cat I've ever touched. Like, fur. So soft. But his father, which, by the way, I have a picture of him, has been destroying my yard. I planted flowers, and he's been pooping in there and just ruined like a third of the flowers I planted. So they look exactly alike, but he's black like his mother. He looks like the idiot that keeps pooping in my yard and peeing on my door. Another day, another sweaty update. I am like 200 pages into the book at this point. 212, yes, 212. And I am definitely understanding why people were saying that it wasn't the greatest book. Things I've yet to pick up, okay? And I'm getting to the point where we keep having hints of people having these conversations and being interrupted and all these secrets still not revealed. And I understand you're following a story from these 3 point of views and they don't know what's going on. Fine. But like book 3, I want to start getting some answers and I'm like halfway through-ish the book. Yeah. So I feel like I should be getting some answers. I am losing patience at this point. So yeah, hopefully it gets better. And it's not bad enough that I'm going to put it down. It's just that I like the characters. I just want the story to start. Like, it's basically suffering from the whole like middle book syndrome. Like, was this needed? Did it need to be a 4-book series? Basically. So yeah, it's taking me forever. Like, I thought I was going to read this in like 3 days like the other ones, and we can double that. So yeah. It took me a whole freaking week to read this book. Like, I put a bunch of more post-its, and like, frankly, if I went through them, I probably would have more fun thoughts to share like I did in the beginning. But honestly, I found myself really frustrated. I will say, you eventually do get answers, but like, how many times can you have the beginning of a conversation and be interrupted and have to push it back? Like, I can't do this like for a 3rd book. Like, we do get some answers, some secrets are revealed, the ending is dramatic and good. Like, I was, again, emotionally invested, but I'm not sure it compensates for spending a whole week reading 400 pages. Like, that's ridiculous. Am I going to order the 4th book? Yes. Okay, yes. Am I happy about it? Not a lot right now. I feel like okay, I'm really torn because I do think it ends good. Like, it was well done. I can't reveal too many things because, again, 3rd book, it would be huge spoilers. But I'm happy with the direction, I guess. But I don't feel like it was worth having 4 books in this series. But like, I appreciate that there is like these people, these ogre, whatever, how you say that in English. I say these words in French in my head. And they can predict, you know, the future. Or like, you don't really know. Yeah, like, there's a lot more complexity that has been introduced over time, which, as expected, right, this far in the series. And I appreciate it. And I like where it's going, but I'm getting really frustrated. And like, of course, because it is the 3rd book, I don't consider this a spoiler at all, but when there's a romance, it always becomes oh so dramatic. Like, oh no, we cannot be together. Oh, this, you know? And that, I also associate that with YA, because usually the YA books that I read that are fantasy always end up having some kind of romance in there. And again, things get dramatic in the middle. So it gets a bit old at this point, but I think that the reveals, the secrets and everything that were finally answered, the questions that were answered, make it worth it to continue. But not reluctantly, because I really do want to know, but like, I'm making it sound very awful. I mean, it kind of was, but I'm happy I did it. And right now I don't feel like I had a bad week, so like, does that make sense? Probably not. But I was going to end this video here, but that is not a good note. And like one book is not enough. So tomorrow, once I have calmed down, I'll be picking another book. But yeah, one down. That's what matters. Hi, Cucut. Oh, are you gonna attack us? Oh, okay.
I usually dedicate 1 week to this challenge, but I feel like finishing one book just doesn't feel satisfying enough. So we're gonna lengthen it a little bit, stretch it, and do one more, because why not? So first off, before I forget, A Torch Against the Night, even though it's not technically the one I did read, it's the paper. So one more, and we're gonna do one more. Hopefully the jar better be nice. Okay, I'm giving you the heads up right now. If it's a really thick book or something I really don't want to read, I'm putting it back. Okay, I'm technically allowed to do it once every month. I don't do it super often, but this month, it might be the month. Okay, let's do this. I'm nervous. I almost looked. Pink. Pink might be okay. Okay, pink is my everything else. It's basically the bottom from here to the bottom. It's my everything else. So historical fiction, contemporary literary fiction, romance, everything that I used to not read a ton of, but at the bottom, you can tell now that I do. So let me show you what I'm reading. Hopefully this time you could tell, because I'm pretty sure, oh, it's in pen. Yeah, you can see. Nogging. You know, I do know what it looks like. Like, I have a great memory, okay? I know it's teal. I think the writing is yellow. There's like a G.I. Joe. Is he? Or not? I don't remember. But I know that's what's on the cover. The reason I'm nervous is that I could not tell you what it is about to save my life. So that's gonna be... You know what? Let's grab it. So like I was saying, I have some classics up here, but everything else is my everything else. This is why I'm saying that. I do read a lot more of those. We're gonna ignore this because I'm about to do my Unhaul video of the year, and it's a mess. But it's on here. Look at this. Is this not yellow? And it's a head. I don't remember. Is he? Oh, he's not. But look, it almost looks like he is. And I mean, the head is here. Okay. Do I not have a good memory? Okay, long story short, I got this way over 5 years ago. Probably more like 8 years ago. I'm pretty sure it's a YA contemporary, which I don't really buy those anymore. Again, I have mixed feelings about YA fantasy less, unless it's like romantasy. Contemporary, definitely, I feel like I'm over it. But I have it on my shelf. It was a finalist for the National Book Award. And while it is over 300 pages, you can tell it's written big with a lot of empty space. So we're gonna give it a shot. My feeling is that it's probably like a coming of age. It says, listen, I was alive once and then I wasn't. Now I'm alive again, simple as that. Okay, I'm gonna try it because that does sound like something I would pick up. So I'm gonna try the first chapter. I don't know how long it is. Okay, oh no, it's not long. It's like 4 pages. Here's the deal. I think I'm gonna do like I did for my like extremely cluttered edition. So I'm gonna read it until it pisses me off or I can't stand it, whatever. So I'm either finishing it or I'm unhauling it, which is the point of this whole challenge. And again, this is a really good example as to why I'm doing this challenge, because this has been on my shelf for forever and I don't even remember what it is about, why I picked it up. So
I may have spoken too soon. I went into it, I'll be honest, expecting to put it down pretty much instantly, but yes, it's a Z. Glass cleaner. But I'm like 50 pages into it and I am liking it. It reads very YA, yes, in the sense that the writing style I find common with some older, really, like YA books, like conversation, like witty commentary, kind of, I don't know how to explain it, but it used to be common when I started, watching and doing Booktube videos, and it works. It's, it's fun, it's quick. And I wasn't so far off with the cutoff comment, because this kid was 16, he was dying of cancer, and he decided to get his head cryogenically, whatever, frozen. And 5 years later, they're able to wake him back up, and he's attached to a different body. So I don't know if sci-fi would really be the way to describe it, because it reads like a contemporary, just a really like sci-fi-y concept. Anyway, I'm liking it. So I feel like it's something I would have really liked, you know, when I actually bought it. But I'm still liking it. It just reads a bit young, but I'm intrigued where it's gonna go, because, you know, his friends and family, everyone grieved him, and now he's back. They got older. So, like, imagine your best friend in school at 16 is now 21, and you're still 16. So, yeah. It was definitely right up my alley when I bought it. So, I'm intrigued. I haven't heard anyone talk about this. Or at least not in years. I don't remember people talking about it. So, I'll let you know if it's worth it.
Good morning. I wanted to officially announce that I am giving up on the book. It's not a bad book. Generally, I do think that the writing is fun and that someone from the right audience would actually really enjoy it. It reads really young, and honestly, I'm at the point I don't really want to read, again, young writing from a point of view of a 16-year-old that is concerned about, hi Chib, the fact that he didn't lose his virginity, and like I skipped towards the end to see if that seemed to stay the concern of the book, and it is, like, him and, you know, his girlfriend who continued to grow older while he didn't, and she's engaged to someone else kind of thing. Not a spoiler, but yeah, no hard feelings toward the book. I made it, like, not quite to 100 pages. I can't do it, and it's okay. I'm currently editing, and I'm realizing that I forgot to admit that it's also because other books on my TBR sound more interesting. Like, I have the arc for Among the Burning Flowers, and it's coming out in September, so I can now read it now. So I'm gonna do just that. And, like, no offense to this book, but that sounds more appealing to me. Also, if I struggle to edit my videos, it's because, like, I literally have my laptop on my thighs right now, and I have Chunk insisting that I hold him. Like, I'm not allowed to just let him be on my lap. That's not good enough. Never teach your cat to sleep on your chest, because... Also, I'm sorry, I feel like this whole video was about my cats, but, like, it's been the heat wave, and they've been acting absolutely insane. I genuinely feel like someone is going to be really happy to read this, and it did what it needed to do. It's, you know, off my shelves now, and I will be unhauling it. I did also want to mention, I did start Murderbot. I didn't know they were making it a TV show. So many things are getting adaptations, and I will say, first impression, I've watched the first 2 episodes. I do think that they nailed the awkwardness that Murderbot has towards interacting with humans. Like, this screenshot, for example, like, being stopped and having to interact and just pure panic. Nailed it. I don't know about the voice that he's making, though. The actor is fine, but, like, the voice he's making, I don't know. My first impression was I wasn't feeling it, but there's, like, 10 episodes, so I'll probably continue a little bit and see how I feel about it, but I don't know. I feel like Murderbot is genderless, like, but for some reason, I didn't associate them with, like, a male body. I don't know. It might just be me. I still feel like the week went really well because I didn't hate any of these books, you know? I am giving up on this book, but it's not with hard feelings. It's just, like, this is fun, just I'm really not the right audience for it. So let's put the papers in the jar. My first book... I just filmed my unhaul video, so my first one is going to be here for a year. Our precious is already in there. I put the paper there because cats. So, noggin, boom. Yeah, we definitely need more colors. I hope you enjoyed this video. Once again, everything will be in the description box if you want to try June's Journey. I personally have been really having fun with that game. I will be putting more videos on the screen that I recommend you check out, and I will go back to sweating because they're still announcing like 40 today. I love summer.